Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our session with FFW, Building Your Digital Estate Strategy and Planning. My name is Maggie Schroeder. I'm a Director of Product Marketing here at Acquia, and I'm so excited to be joined here with our friends from FFW. And with that, I'll pass it over to Ray to kick off introductions.
Hello. Pleased to be here. I am a solutions consultant with FFW going on 10 years now, working in strategy, solutions, and enablement. FFW is a global digital agency specializing in scaling digital experience platforms. I've been part of the Acquia and Drupal communities for a long time, and it's a pleasure to be here with you and everyone at Engage.
Awesome. And Ricardo?
Yeah, thank you. Ricardo Suna, Senior Director of Partnerships at FFW. I've been with FFW and in the Drupal and Acquia space for coming up on 8 years. And yeah, we've been proud Acquia partners for over a decade, so pleased to be here.
Awesome. And with that, let's hop right into our presentation that we have today. And again, you're all here probably wondering, right, what is impacting the strategy and planning for digital experiences today? And of course, you know, everyone knows it, everyone went through it. The pandemic has affected everyone in one way, shape, or form. And one of the things we've seen executives saying is that the pandemic has accelerated the pace of digital transformation. And when we think of digital transformation in the context of digital experiences and content and data, really some of the impacts we've seen is from our buyers, right? From our customers that we're serving with these digital experiences, because the buyer journey has moved online. There's more demand for more content, which really fuels the buyer journey. And of course, all of this content, it's not just about making it accessible on a website, right? That's very outdated. It's about making it accessible wherever your customers are. So on new and emerging digital channels. Also, we've seen a rise in the importance of governance and security, and also finally scale, right? It's not just about delivering one experience, it's about delivering many experiences and making sure that all of those experiences are performing at the best possible rate that they can. And part of what helps fuel that is composability. And so if we take a look into the rest of our presentation, we'll go through really what the value is of a composable platform, what a composable platform is, and why that matters at scale. And with that, I'll pass it back over to our friends at FFW to walk you through the value of composability and what it really means.
Yeah, thanks so much, Maggie. So yeah, today we're going to dive into specifically how composability empowers organizations to achieve that scale that Maggie was talking about. And when we really think about composability, we're thinking about an alternative to monolithic thinking, to monolithic systems. It's about bringing these approaches to experiences, architecture and technology, teams, all things that we've seen happening across our portfolio. And the first thing that we really want to dive into is this idea of embracing scalable strategies, because we want to think about how composability can help you achieve that scale. And to get us going, I actually want to hand it off to Ray.
Ricardo, thank you. Yeah, the best way to delight users and get audiences where they want to go today is a well-executed, smart, composable strategy. Monolithic systems clog and eventually collapse under their own weight when scaled. Composable strategies create these powerful, flexible systems, especially with technologies like Acquia and Drupal. A good composable strategy means platforms are architected to create experiences with tools that can be used consistently by cross-functional teams, across all markets, business units, channels, and audiences. So let's talk about composable experiences. With reusable components, a composable strategy helps you to level up experience design across all touch points and lay the groundwork for scalable governance. It allows you to tailor content to customize experiences across your most segmented audiences. And it allows you to drive engagement and transform how you manage experiences across your digital channels. Composable strategies focus you on that last mile of digital experience where your content and your data come together in delightful ways to give audiences the value they need to engage and convert. And Ricardo, you've got a story about how L3Harris did just that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We were working with L3Harris at a time where they were going through a big merging of giants. So L3 and the Harris Corporation, two really big players in the defense and aerospace industry, bringing together hundreds of business units, hundreds, if not thousands of product lines together, and really reimagining that experience could not have been possible without taking a more composable approach, right? So really thinking about all these things that Ray just laid out to be able to produce the digital experience for L3Harris for today, but also for the future, right? And thinking about how to best serve their users. And I think the great thing about composability is that it works wonders when you're thinking about experiences, but it also helps a lot when you're thinking about different architecture and technology and system design when it comes to that. Because when you're taking a composable approach to technology, you should be leveraging best of breed tools to provide the capabilities that you need as modular systems rather than this single monolithic solution. So we encourage organizations to do this to really be able to control their roadmap and their technology integrations, operate at scale for their business, so meeting the current needs that the business has today, as well as what it's going to scale to in the future. And then finally, be able to optimize across a technology stack, driving constant improvements. And Ray, I know that you've done a lot of work with Panasonic, and I think that they're a great example, right, in terms of what they've done with composable architecture.
Panasonic North America has had a lot of success with composable strategies. The best example is how they're leveraging Drupal's API-first architecture to power multi-channel, decoupled experiences for the annual Consumer Electronics Show. Not only were they able to build a completely new experience in record time for the first online-only event after the pandemic hit, for next year's in-person online event, they're using the platform to create new hybrid experiences. None of this would have been doable without composable strategies.
Yeah, I love that story. And I think that it, really shows that also composability affects how you think about your team structure across an organization, right? Because a composable methodology refocuses your organization on cross-functional collaboration. You bring focus on experience, bring the focus on bringing together experience and technology together into this collaborative process that define what's needed, create solutions, and ultimately scale those for the business. And I'm curious, Ray, besides the couple of examples we've talked about, where else have you seen this play out in your experience as a consultant?
Yeah, we've seen this play out in fascinating ways in universities, especially, both across schools and departments at a meta level and up and down across different levels of the university community. Most notably through the use of readily accessible public design systems. Some great work.
Obviously the question might be coming to mind of why make your digital estate composable? And composable structures, as you've heard through these different stories and examples, really allow organizations to be more deliberate in your planning. It allows you to explore new ways to reach your goals and bring your teams together in this more intentional way. And if composability is not already a part of your strategy, we really encourage you to think about how it can be, because it enables true scale.
Yeah, exactly. So scaling isn't really about building 1,000 websites. It's about strategies and systems that enable your teams to create digital experiences that resonate and engage all audiences. That's what composable systems excel at. Composable systems are built, with engagement, cross-organizational growth, and future-proofing in mind. They enable you to respond faster than the competition, so your system becomes an advantage, not a $1 million anchor, that holds your teams back from iterating and scaling.
Yeah, so the next question you might be thinking and have come to mind is, how do I get started on this composable journey? And we actually encourage you to not think about it as a journey that has a beginning and an end, but rather a methodology that you can adopt wherever you are on that journey. Because as you love to say, Ray, it's all about creating momentum.
It's all about momentum. Scaling is like rolling a lot of big boulders up a lot of steep hills forever, right? And the best way to get over those hills is to build momentum. In order to build momentum, you need people from different parts of your organization who have clear mandates. So you need cross-functional teams and processes. You need to be intentional and have that become part of your project culture. Discarding one-size-fits-all thinking and embracing composable strategies is the best way to build momentum and to scale.
Absolutely. And I wish that we could keep talking about this, but obviously we have a limited amount of time here today, but we don't want the conversation to end here. So we encourage you, if you're interested in these ideas and concepts that we've talked about, come find Ray and I at the FFW booth here at Engage. We'll be happy to keep the conversation going with you. And with that, I'll hand it back to you, Maggie, to close us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And this was so much fun. I love hearing about all these concepts when it comes to composable. I know that Dries and Kevin are talking all about composable architecture, composable experiences, composable teams on stage, main stage today. And it's been such an exciting Engage, with all of the presentations. But again, going back, Ray and Ricardo, to again, how you're all thinking about and currently supporting customers in delivering composable experiences. It's so cool to see, and again, relates right back to our theme of radical innovation. And so, with that, we do have a couple more slides just to really level up some of the Acquia products that are going to support a composable architecture, as well as emphasis for some of the roadmap items you might have seen, again, on main stage, that are going to really help you accelerate your composable strategy. And so what I'm really referring to here for marketers specifically on the Drupal Cloud side of the house is Acquia CMS and Site Studio. So Acquia CMS, if you're not familiar, is an open source collection of Drupal modules. And really the goal of Acquia putting together this collection of modules is to bring forth all of the best modules that you can use to deliver digital experiences and quickly assemble these experiences, right? You don't have to go and search through all of the Drupal modules. We've already gone with our Drupal experts in-house and selected them for you. And then, of course, you'll hear a little bit more about Site Studio, whether it's the UI kit with over 70 pre-built templates for easy site creation, or our new visual page builder, which is really going to unlock the power of Site Studio's existing layout canvas with a real, again, drag and drop interface. It's super cool. I actually use it personally here at Acquia. Almost every single day I'm logging in and making updates to our own product pages. So it's been a great help internally, and I know for a lot of our customers as well. And then, of course, we can't forget about the developers in Code Studio, Cloud Actions, and also Acquia Cloud Next, all supporting the innovation on the developer side of the house. And with that, for more information on the developers, make sure you pop on over to our developer track with our Director of Technical Marketing, Ron Northcutt. He's going to be leading you through a lot of more complex technical topics and with more insight into Code Studio. And of course, check out more sessions at Engage. And of course, go back to our main stage, check out what's going on there. And never forget to engage with us in our booths and with your partners in the partner centers as well. So with that, I'll sign us off. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate the time and enjoy the rest of your Engage.